Hello everybody, and welcome to my clutter room. Today I wanted to speak a little about tap lines. One of the features of the creational matrix simulator are that of tap lines. Our 5 body vehicles and the functions unique to each of them are designed to afford us experience. By activating the body vehicles, we are creating, and our creations will produce cause and effect. The effect we must then experience. Experience is essential for our eventual recognition of the is, so creation is set up this way. Our every thought, emotion, goal, basically anything that we activate on top of the state of being and seeing, which is our real state of awareness, through our creational body vehicles, will bring forth experiences. The experiences are best met with objectivity and a detached indifference, being the experiencer and not involved in the experience. We are then viewing from our real selves, whereas our personal created selves will have the tendency to add ideas on top, emotion and thought considerations. And if we move into our personal selves more so, or indeed have no connection to our real selves, we can only discern experience based on the more limited personal self-perspective. So all of creation is based on ideas and the agreement to these ideas, the cause and effect that follows, and the experiences that we forge resultingly, that comprise our lives. With every idea created follows a tap line. These tap lines would be invisible to the physical senses, but can certainly be experienced on the physical level as aches, pains, and potentially illnesses, cancers, and death, depending on the nature of the tap line. Every thought and idea that we create, every emotion, is a very tangible thing, as substantial as anything else in creation, and cause and effect and a tap line will follow all our creations. Tap lines will follow any emotional attachments we have, and agreements to ideas. As we are not only tap lining ourselves through our own ideas, creations, decisions, and choices, but through the agreement to the ideas of others. Tap lines will effectively bind us, snare us, and restrict us to creation, literally like tendrils that are attached to our bodies. And were we to see these tap lines on the real side, this is how they would appear. Everyone will have taplines, from the unaware to those who are very aware. Dwayne, too, will have them also. They are nothing to be too concerned with, as it is impossible to operate in creation without being taplined by something. The difference is, as we become more aware and go through our process, the taplines that have bound us for the longest time will be removed, if we decide and agree to their release. For yes, agreements and attachments that we have made even lifetimes ago will still remain until released, the tapline still be present. The new you song will be effective in removing taplines, and the real universal guides will also assist us in their removal, as some agreements and attachments are hard to identify and remove ourselves. Yes, all our attachments and agreements are stored in our causal body, but awareness is required to unearth and recognize the specific nature of these taplines that could stem from millions of lifetimes ago. Also, we must decide and agree with their removal, and some taplines are harder to let go of than others, particularly those of an emotional nature. It is emotional attachment that is the leading cause of our continuous lifetimes in creation, and so if we cling to attachments, agreements, and taplines, then no amount of new you singing will remove them, and the guides will not either, as the guides would be violating free will, the right of an individual to have and cling to what they want. And even if the guides did remove the taplines, if an individual was adamant about holding onto the attachment, the tapline would simply reinsert itself. Attachments and agreements will have us taplined by individuals that the idea stems from, or the attachment is with. Again, this is simply the nature of creation, and most taplines will be removed as we go about our process, and all the others we will simply walk through, assuming we don't cling onto them. Anything we agree with, are attached to, we must be prepared to let go of, if we intend to stand real with the ears and supersede creation. For we must lay down everything we have created, as nothing can be added to our real self. We must walk through it all, and anything we can't release, even one single idea we cling to, will keep us from getting through creation and into the real universes of the ears. Also, when it comes to taplining, we can be energetically drained via the tap lines if the tap lines are connected to ideas we agree with or are emotionally attached to that stem from individuals who do this. If we are drained continually, we will become ill, and this can lead to cancers and ultimately death. The characters chiefly responsible for taplining and energy usurping are the reptilians, energetic parasites of a kind that have developed this energy draining ability via the tap lines. And as we agree to ideas they create, which at this time is pretty much everything in creation, the tap lines are inserted and they drain us in this manner. Since all of the control of creation flows from the Callum God, then all tap lines would lead to him ultimately. Even individuals we think are a benefit, if they present themselves as masters and gurus, unless they are referencing the ears, then they are another facet of control and creational restriction. We will be tap-lined if we agree with or are emotionally attached to what they promote, and can find them energetically draining us in this same manner. If in doubt, go to the real side, sing the new you song, and ask to be shown. You will learn of all the tap lines that bind you, and the individuals who are energy draining you through the tap lines. The real side reveals all, uncovers all deception, and the real universal guides will reveal to you what it is you wish to know. So, I thank you for joining me today, and I hope you found it interesting. I will finish with the New You song. New You.